Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron Forward, Kalterkrieg, Germany. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we are currently tying close bonds with the American Union States. Strom Thurmond has decided that he doesn't want to be as isolationist as his previous counterparts, and instead wants to align themselves more with us. Because right now they have political ties. If we can go up to economic ties, if we can go up to defensive pact, could be nice. Popularity goes up. I guess actually he won the election without us even having to put more pressure in America. I mean, we could put even more pressure to see that maybe he'll win the next election afterwards. 94, the Nubian deal. Again, none of these really seem that good. Increased radar stations. You know what? Let's honor our heroes. I think actually no, fuck the heroes. Let's get the east-west gap. Never mind, I'm not done yet. Whoops. Anything else we can do with you? We have 15, so that could allow us to do a little bit more electrification. Sure, let's do that in Finland. Finland, you know, they're in the Reichspakt. They are a member of Middle Europa. I think it makes sense. Can I justify war goals? Is that a thing we can do? We're essentially at 75%. Okay, American Union States now shifts towards the Reichspakt. They have economic ties. We love to see it. American naval support. You know what? Let's see what this does. Let's see if we can maybe build up some ships for the Americans. Maybe that'll somehow allow them to win the war. I don't know if it's going to allow them like blockade the PSA or what might happen. Also, I have noticed that Syria still is in the civil war. No side has won there quite yet. Is Egypt still at war with you? They are. How long have these wars been going on for? 4 to 10. A while would be the answer to that question. Okay, so you're now here, but you have no supplies. Let's pull you back to here. Katanga. I don't know what to do with you, my friend. I don't know what to do with you. A lot of civil wars in this mod seem like they kind of just end in stalemates. I'm not too sure exactly what's causing that. Like Katanga, I'm guessing it's because both sides have roughly the same number of troops, so they don't actually want to engage in any like major operations. We only build like 1 nuke a day. That's actually like really bad. Or 1% a day. So we make one nuke every 100 days, so 3 a year. Also, why is our consumer goods so low now? We're at 10% as opposed to being at I'm not even too sure. Middle Europa member minus 75%. Holy. Okay then. Our economy is actually booming. You know, let's build some more nuclear reactors then. We'll build them in Prussia. That might take a while to get down there, but I mean, it'll get down there eventually, and that's really what matters. I think we can start building up some more naval units. Let's go for the 1948 carrier. And by 1948, I mean 1950. It's basically the same year. I don't think you need to worry about it too much. Basically the exact same. Is there anything else I can... I mean, I guess we can just keep sending you weapons. Like, that's really all we can do is just keep sending you guns and hoping... Why do we have so many anti-tank rifles? And just hope that this will allow you to win. Which, I mean, it should in due time. Eventually, this will have to pay off. But I don't know how long that'll actually take. Send you another few thousand units of equipment. Because we don't know about your stockpile. I mean, I guess we could send a spy in there to try to figure out what the American state is doing. Is there anyone I don't care about? Like, where are you? You're in Brazil. You're in Romania. You're in Canada. And then you two are the ones doing the coup d'etat. So, in that case... That's more consumer goods. I mean, our consumer goods are so low right now that I don't want to increase it more than I have to. So, now we will bridge the east-west gap. Improve our infrastructure. 98.25. Let's send some mechanized equipment to them. Now, again, we're still not at level... Hey, no, we are at level 2. We can now send main battle tanks, mechanized equipment, as well as self-propelled artillery and anti-air equipment. Now, again, I've been doing that just through the normal Lend-Lease program. So, did Canada increase the, Did Canada increase it? They must have. It's been 1 year. Pacific states. You know why? I bet you Canada can do it because the Great Lakes and the New England has capitulated. So Canada is probably able to bolster this. I can't because my side's winning. Tensions are at 100. Doesn't seem like that actually does anything. Coup d'etat in Portugal. The dissatisfaction of the Portuguese army with the conduct of the war in Angola and the loss of territory causes them to overthrow the Portuguese government. General Horacio José de Saviano Rebelo, himself having returned from Angola recently, plans to lead a junta of national salvation until elections can be held. The question of whether or not Portugal will continue to fight for her over other overseas territory is not discussed, but one must wonder what the future holds. Already there's rumbling in Portuguese Africa about Angola. I didn't even realize Angola became independent. Interesting. Angola. How do you feel about getting some support from the Germans? Just an idea. I wouldn't mind supporting you in your goals. Does that cost... Did they lose points? Angola independence, 5 points. Hey, excellent. I didn't even do anything, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So Portugal now is a military junta. Election's going to happen in 1956. I don't know how one maybe a little bit earlier than that, but I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see. Medium infrastructure spending. Deal with the wartime debt. You know, I guess this is a negative 50% consumer goods for a year. So you know what? Let's try it. Let's deal with the wartime debt. It's been like 6 years. I guess this is as good a time as any. So for our Navy, let's go for the 1950... nope. I want to get you. 1950 frigate hull as well as a 1950 heavy hull. When the destroyer hull is finished, we might as well go for the cruiser hull as well. Nuclear propulsion allows you to have nuclear reactors. I mean, that's nice. That's pretty neato. It is expensive, but we'll think about it. So yeah, you're not at 100. I don't know what that does. And what do you need? You need basic reactors? Okay. So that requires another technology, which is probably in here somewhere. Yes, 131 days. We could get it to put a nuclear engine in our ships. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. Also, I think we do actually want more infantry equipment. We're not making as much as we need, especially with the amount that we're sending off to other countries. Let's double... We only have 75 military factories. That's actually kind of crazy. Like, I thought we had substantially more. I guess that's why we're building so many here, but... You know, that will take time. It'll take a long time, actually. Like, how long will you take? You'll be done on the 1st of October, which, I mean, is relatively soon. We'll build up some more military factories in the south. Because we want to make sure our industry can support against the Accord. International standing is at 50. What is this being determined by? Countries with defensive pacts. Direct power on the world stage. Military spending is at 19. Pawn influence. Point 1, this is stable pending more work on the CON. Oh yeah, that's for like the United Nations. And of course we have full nuclear dominance, which is great. Yeah, because this doesn't work, unfortunately. As nice as it would be, doesn't do anything. Hopefully soon. I like the idea of the United Nations. And at this point, I guess there's no reason to even send them more equipment through this menu. It increases tension, but at this point, tension's already at 100, so we don't actually even care. We just need to wait for the Canadians to lend air equipment. It will take a year and a half of war. But at that point, we will be able to send volunteers of any nation with a vested interest. Because the Canadians, have they sent volunteers yet? Like, they've had the opportunity to do so since the very beginning of the war, and I don't think they have. They're buying equipment. They have market access. They're getting some lend-leases, for sure. Market access. Deal with wartime debt. That's going to be another negative 15%, so we're now at still 10. It actually has gone up a little bit, but I think it's because we're building even more factories. Max construction speed. We'll require putting more factories on consumer goods. Fuel gain per oil, 2 civilian factories for free. You know what? Now it's time to honor the heroes. I think now is probably the right time. In a few days, there will be a coup in Romania. Will it work? I don't know. Will both of our agents die? It's quite possible. Now, why are we couping a government that's actually like friendly towards us and has economic ties? Because I think it would be funny. It is really the main answer. Now, again, we probably should like coup Serbia first, but that's fine. And I'm assuming the coup mechanic won't actually remove any of these modifiers, because the game doesn't actually know how to look at that. But I mean, I guess the coup could also theoretically fail. That's also a possibility. So, like, what are you? Social conservative. You have oil to Germany and dreams of Transylvania. But they actually don't have the economic ties, so they're actually kind of like worse, which is kind of funny. Arbalist rebellion in Paraguay. After decades of revolutions, coups, and short-lived governments of all kinds, it appears that the nationalist Colorado government in Paraguay was here to stay. However, beneath the surface, strikes and political discontent have been growing due to both the autocratic nature of the military-backed administration and suspected courteous and Brazilian support for the underground Arbalist. Indeed, today, things have come to head, with the return of Colonel Rafael Franco after nearly 20 years of exile. Franco has established an opposition government in the city in Concepcion, allying the Arbalist, the liberals, and the syndicalist opposition to the increasingly dictatorial government. Almost certainly unsupported by Brazil, the Arbalist Liberal Revolutionary Coalition hopes to knock out the Argentine-backed Colorados with the tide of popular support. But as both sides have mobilized forces as roughly equal strength, and Argentina begins swift forces towards the Paraguayan border, a swift conclusion to this war looks unlikely. Okay, so this is what's going to presumably kick off the war between Brazil and Argentina. Okay, so we want to be aware of that. Can I send volunteers to you? I guess I can't really do anything for you. I think you're just going to die immediately. 3 to 7. It's just very funny. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. Just to shake things up a little bit here. But yeah, I'm certain that you're dead. You hate me, right? Because mostly because I researched flamethrowers. That's really... It's not for the whole coup in Bessarabia. It's the whole... Also, I love how you just got, like, generic portrait, man. Like, I don't really want Bessarabia to win. Because I want Romania to have economic ties towards us. I just wanted to see what would happen. Like, that might be more useful in... Well, I mean, I guess it didn't have, like, high conservative support to begin with. You'd want it... I guess, like... I guess the coup mechanic doesn't really work very well in, like, Kaiserreich stuff, right? Because there's so many ideologies, as opposed to in the base game where there's 4. Like, who would make sense to coup? Like, if we could. I mean, you're already conservative. You're already conservative. You need someone who has, like, high conservative support, but is not already conservative. I mean, Katanga would maybe, you know, be a factor there, but not too much. Yeah, Lao. The Vietnam, they don't even actually change their name. They're still the Liberation Front. They don't change their name just being like Vietnam or something similar to that. Okay, so now we're on 3. Yeah, so it's almost certainly the Canadians doing this. Because of how badly they're getting their asses kicked. This is, I mean, it's funny how the, for a year... We guarantee... Aren't we... They're already my faction now. We're already guaranteeing that. We need to do it with someone like Ireland, we're not guaranteeing them. So setting nuclear weapons in Ireland would guarantee them from a potential nuclear war. You're in my faction. You're already in my faction. Sweden's in my faction. Poland's in my faction. France, Finland, Denmark, Belgium. Actually, no. Sweden's not in my faction. But we wouldn't mind maybe putting some nuclear weapons there as well. So Ireland now likes me just a little bit more. Now we put nuclear weapons in their country. They're like, you know what? The whole flamethrower shenanigans, I think that's something that we can overlook. And I appreciate that, Ireland, that you can overlook your differences here. Is there anything else you want to send to you? I make way too many anti-tank guns. Like 17 per day. We can probably take that down just to 1. we don't need that many. Like we're going a little crazy. Okay, let's spend more on our infrastructure, which means we now need to go to a vote in the Reichstag. And again, we can only get support from the DKP. They cost 60 political power. Again, we generate enough that I'm not worried about being at failing anything. Okay, so you guys have secured your position. That actually did get rid of 2-year national spirits. I think the national spirits that were like, we lost the war, things are sad for us. Now that actually we're at war, I think it just gets rid of them. So if anything, we've actually made Romania stronger in the long run. A little bit. Negotiations at Stormont. After preliminary talks with the British, delegates have finally met in Stormont Castle to discuss the future of Ulster. While Northern Ireland remained with Britain following the Anglo-Irish Treaty, it entered the Irish Republic following the end of the British Civil War in 1925, after rumors of syndicalist invasion spooked the UUP administration. Since then, the North has been thoroughly integrated into Ireland proper, with some degree of regional autonomy, though many among the Loyalist community wish to return rule under the King. Can I get you to join my faction? Unfortunately not. And you, again, have too many divisions, so let's just send 3 of you into Brown. You guys can go over to France. Lovely, lovely France. So soon, the Canadians are actually going to be the ones that are going to allow me to get directly involved. Now, I don't know what they need to do to level 5, because we can't do that, obviously. Because I don't want them, involved. Socialist revolution in Albania crushed. It appears that calm has been restored to Albania. The German soldiers occupied the streets and the cities of Albania, while the last remnants of the short-lived socialist revolution were hunted down. Following the Markoczy administration's request for German intervention, the Reichspakt was swift to act. It quickly surged soldiers secured a teetering country. While there had been some initial momentum for the Albanian social revolutionaries, they were unable to withstand the combined might of the Reichspakt and ultimately collapsed. While it was unlikely that the sentiments that led to revolution have faded, it is clear that for now, any possibility of social Albania have been crushed. So you are now even more aligned with us. Does that give us any points here? No. Unfortunately. I mean, I guess that's not a huge surprise. It's not like it affects the Accord in any way. Now we need to break more ciphers. I don't even... I guess Spain? Spain is a hostile government. So I guess we'll go with them. But it is a little wacky. It's a little out of control. To put it mildly. So I guess we just hide the Lend-Lease program now. I don't really care about this. And we're almost to our 60 political power, which is going to get our support from the DKP. I like how we have the 5 decent local parties. I mean, that's nice. I appreciate their support here. I wonder if I did break it, though. The fact that this hasn't happened worries me. At least a little bit. But again, we might force it through. Hey, Saudi Arabia's actually shooting towards the Reichspakt as well. Abdullah ibn Abdulrahman al-Assad, king of Saudi Arabia and leader of the recently increasing oil-rich kingdom, has passed away at 4 o'clock this morning. Having suffered from a heart disease in his final years, he died of a heart attack while asleep. As the Islamic tradition, his body was enshrouded with a white cloth, positioned towards Mecca, and buried without a coffin. Right after, members of the royal family gathered and pledged their allegiance to Saad bin Abdulaziz as king, who in turn appointed Feliz ibn Abdulaziz as crown prince. One of the last wishes of the late king was the conciliation of relations with Egypt and the unity of Arabs. So we might see Saudi Arabia join the Cairo Pact, which will have them go to war with Israel. But we'll see how that goes for them. Let's get support from the DKP, and then we can hide you and get our support from the Bootstrat. Immediately we'll go for 2 votes for Bremen. And yeah, I mean, things are looking good. I mean, we always have 40 seats. No matter what, Prussia supports us. I don't know if there's anything we could possibly do to get the Prussians to be like, you know what, we don't support you in the Bootstrat. It seems like no matter what, they are pretty happy-go-lucky with us. Also, I guess you guys can now do stuff. So I want you to go to the American Union State. I want to see what they're actually up to. And I want you to go to San Francisco and see what the Pacific states are up to as well. Those both seem pretty important to me. But I will say that at least right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. If you not enjoy, you can always thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.